Right now on Up with KREM, the Idaho Lieutenant Governor takes over while Governor Brett Little visits the U.S.-Mexico border. But she's taking quick executive actions that could soon be overturned.
And some Idaho hospitals remain in crisis standards of care as pediatric cases hit a new high. And another battle Idaho health officials are fighting.
And looking outside, you can see a little bit of cloud cover. Trying to figure out if there's raindrops on the ground. I got reports that it is raining downtown. A little bit of light rain starts today before cool temps take over.
Up with KREM begins now.
Good morning and thanks so much for joining us on Up with KREM. I'm Channing Curtis.
Glad to have you here with us. I'm Tim Pham. The federal government is sending a team of nurses to a Spokane care facility to help with COVID-19.
Now the team for ACI Federal will consist of 8 nurses and 10 certified nursing assistants. They'll be deployed to the Avalon Care Center in North Spokane.
The Department of Health says these are not federal resources but are available through a federal contract. The DOH says the ACI staff could potentially make 22 beds available at area hospitals.
All right, just after 7 o'clock now, let's take a quick look at the forecast because you think it feels nice out right now. Everything's great. Don't need really a coat or anything, but tomorrow.
Right, tomorrow will be cold. Good news, though, it is National Walk to School Day today, and I know a lot of kiddos are walking to school today to celebrate, so you may still want a coat today, even though it's not going to be as cold. Right, Jeremy?
Yeah, and it's one of those days where we start out with temps pretty close to 50, and this afternoon temps are going to be in the upper 50s, so it's likely the kid's not going to forget the coat at school. Likely. It's one of those ones I can't commit to because kids, wild card. We got a little cloud cover and mild temps this morning. We're sitting at 48 degrees here in Spokane, 48 in Coeur d'Alene, 52 in Sandpoint, and temps in the mid to upper 40s out in central Washington. We're going to hang on to a little bit of this wind and the cloud cover, and that's exactly what's kept us mild so far. You add a bit of moisture to it, and that's what keeps us near 50. We're starting to see a couple of those showers move in here to the inland northwest in our region, but you can see that quickly starts to move its way into North Idaho and eventually out as we head into the afternoon. A few breaks in the clouds means it's going to be kind of partly cloudy later on today, and then the sun returns tomorrow. But breaking it down, a couple of stray showers this morning, and that's really going to be about it. Later this afternoon, temps in the upper 50s. We trend almost 15 degrees colder than where we topped out yesterday.
All right, thanks, Jeremy. The tug of war continues between Idaho Governor Brett Little and Lieutenant Governor Janice McGeachin.
Yeah, so Governor Little is currently touring the U.S.-Mexico border, so McGeachin is the acting governor, and she wants to expand Idaho's ban on vaccine passports by stopping public schools and universities from requiring vaccines or mandatory testing.
Now, this is not the first time she's taken executive action as acting governor. Now, back in May, while Little was briefly out of state, she declared a ban on all mask mandates in Idaho.
Governor Little says he will rescind any actions taken by McGeachin once he's back home.
Now, in the meantime, the Idaho Department of Health and Welfare held a press conference yesterday to give an update on the COVID-19 situation in the Gem State.
Crisis standards of care are still in effect statewide, and the number of COVID patients continue to exceed the number of resources available. Right
now, 15 children are currently hospitalized due to COVID-19 in Idaho. Another battle Idaho health officials are fighting is misinformation. Health and Welfare Director Dave Jeppesen says it's difficult to counteract.
Directly is causing real people to have real suffering and is directly leading to people being sick and in the hospital and even dying when they don't necessarily need to. And so we appreciate the help from all of the people watching and all of those out in the public to be part of the solution to making sure that they share reputable information, accurate information to really combat the amount of misinformation and disinformation that's out there.
At Kootenai Health, 145 patients are hospitalized with COVID-19, which is the highest it's been since the pandemic began. Kootenai Health officials are holding a news conference today talking about the continued toll the pandemic is having on hospital resources, and we will have the latest from that conference tonight on KREM 2 News at 4. Just about 7:05 here. It's time for your morning rush. More news in less time.
The Coeur d'Alene police are still asking for your help to find a missing and endangered woman. This is 62-year-old Sharon Archer. She was last seen near her home in the area of 5th Street and Locust Avenue last Monday night. She's believed to be wearing jeans, gray tennis shoes, and possibly a black jacket. She was also driving a white 2013 Toyota Highlander. Now, police say she does not have her cell phone and it is considered endangered due to a medical condition. If you have any information about where she might be, please call the number on your screen.
A King County woman is now the first person in Washington to die from rare blood clots linked to the Johnson & Johnson COVID vaccine. The Washington Department of Health says the woman was in her late 30s and got vaccinated on August 26th. She died on September 7th. The Snohomish County Health Officer says despite this tragedy, the vaccine is essential.
Despite this sad event and a handful of other ones like it, we have to forge on as a society and take the route that carries the most benefit, the best benefit to risk ratio.
She is the fourth woman in the U.S. to die from complications associated with the J&J vaccine.
The Moses Lake School District is canceling 2 bus routes today due to a critical shortage of school bus drivers. Routes 52 and 60 will be canceled. The district is warning that they might have to cancel certain routes at the last minute, but to check if your child's bus route has been canceled, all you have to do is head to their Facebook page for daily updates. They'll also send out an email and post it on their website if a route has been canceled.
Well, as the national bus driver shortage impacts students across our region, one local elementary school principal created a new plan to get students to class on time. Mullen Road Elementary Principal Matt Beal decided to create the walking bus. Students gather at a South Hill apartment complex in the morning where they are met by volunteers and Beal walks them to school.
I trust my teachers and I trust across our whole system our teachers, but we need to get kids in the seat, and so however we can do that, let's as a team be pretty creative on what we can do. Whatever we have to do to get kids to school, we're going to try to figure that out.
Students who don't live in the neighborhood sometimes arrive late to school due to other bus-related issues, but Beal says it's one day and one step at a time.
Lauren J. King will be making history as the state's first Native American federal judge. The Senate voted 55 to 44 to confirm King to the U.S. District Court for the Western District of Washington. When she takes the oath, King will be one of 4 active Native American judges in the U.S. King is from the Muskogee Nation of Oklahoma. And that's your Morning Rush. More news in less time. Let us know what's happening in your neighborhood by using the hashtag #UpWithKREM on social media.
The Spokane Regional Health District Board will vote on a new health officer today. The position is open after the controversial firing of former health officer Dr. Bob Lutz nearly a year ago. This morning on Up with KREM, how the Washington Department of Health is moving forward with the investigation into Administrative Officer Amelia Clark.
There was just this awareness that we're not alone. God is with us in this moment. He was with us in the fire, and we don't know what's next. But no matter what happens, he's with us.
Coming up after the break, we're sharing the story of the Highland family who lost everything in the Cold Springs wildfire last summer. It's a story of hope, of loss, and of love.